Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Tim Kelly. This is The Real Sports Talk. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I know I've never been someone to cover boxing quite as much. I mean, I've talked about some of the bigger fights when Manny Pacquiao got knocked out, when Floyd Mayweather won his last fight. I certainly did the videos of it, but I'd be lying to you if I said that I was a hardcore boxing fan, because I'm not. But Mike Tyson is someone, he's one of the most dominant athletes that the world has ever seen. He's someone who his reach goes well beyond just the world of boxing. It goes to the world of sports because he's a creepy character. He's an interesting character. At times he's very funny. At times he's extremely strange and hard to understand. And I think that that's what makes Mike Tyson such an interesting person. Today, and a lot of this from what I'm reading in this article will come from Bleacher Report. He said Tyson brought up the personal struggles when reporters asked him about reconnecting with Teddy Atlas, his former trainer who now commentates for ESPN. And he was, let me just go back to the beginning of this article. It says, former heavyweight boxing superstar Mike Tyson opened up about his sobriety and a 30-year beef with Teddy Atlas in an emotional press conference following his debut as a promoter on ESPN Friday Night Fights. That's according to FightNetwork.com. Now, the quote, and it's a pretty long quote that comes from Mike Tyson. It's one of those ones where reporters, at first, they want to kind of ask a follow-up question, and then you just realize that you don't even need to say anything. You are getting an incredible quote from Mike Tyson. Here's how it went down. He said, "I knew there was a possibility that I would be here with Teddy, and I didn't have a good thought in mind about that at first because I'm negative and I'm dark. And I want to do bad stuff. I want to hang out in this neighborhood alone." And he points to his brain. And I mean, it's Mike Tyson. He does weird stuff like that. "I want to hang out in this neighborhood alone. That's dangerous to hang out in this neighborhood alone up here, right? It wants to kill everything. It wants to kill me too." And that really seemed like Mike Tyson was in a bad place, and it is strange because I was watching it, and this is one of the things about Mike Tyson is he can go from being in one interview to seeming like he's in a good place, happy, like he was on Fox Sports Live the first or second day that Fox Sports 1 even existed. He was one of the first guests, and I think it was a good move because no matter whether you like boxing or not, Mike Tyson is one of the type of guys that you will listen to an interview of, at least part of. I caught the full thing with him and Donovan McNabb and Gary Payton and Gabe Kapler and Carissa, I can't think of her last name, the lady from Sports Nation. It was a really interesting interview. So let me go on because that caught me off guard. And here's what Tyson goes on to say. So when I went to my Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, I had to make a discussion, check out what we were going to do. So I explained to them, my fellow alcoholics and junkies, that I was going to deal with this certain situation here, and I explained the feelings that I evoked from it. Almost like something like a Hatfield in McCoy. I kind of explained to them I made the right decision. I made Cuss, who is his mentor, Cuss DeManto, proud of me. I made myself proud of me. I hate myself. I'm trying to kill myself. I hate myself a lot, but I made myself proud, and I don't do that much. And I was happy I did that. And that whole last paragraph is quite a bit to sink in. I hate myself. That's one thing because he seemed like he was in a good place a few days ago when we saw him interviewed. But then to go from that to say I'm trying to kill myself, that is a big, big stretch. And then, as the article says, it says Tyson's comments regarding his ongoing disagreement with Atlas and his recovery quickly transitioned into an admission about his drug and alcohol abuse when he had told the media that he had been sober for less than a week. He said, "I haven't drank or took drugs in 6 days. For me, that's a miracle. I've been lying to everyone else that thought I was sober, but I'm not. This is my 6th day. I'm never going to use again." And then the room stands up and everyone starts clapping. And whether you believe Mike Tyson or not, drug addiction is extremely, I've never had to overcome it, but I'm sure it is an extremely difficult thing to come over or to overcome. And I think even some of the dark things that Mike Tyson has done in his lifetime and some of the bad places that he can be, I think we can all kind of root for him to beat this. But let me know what you guys thought about this entire interview that he gave, because it was a strange interview, because recently he had seemed happy and good spirits over the last year or so in any interview that I heard him, and to go from that and then back into this, I mean, after he had been hired as a promoter by ESPN, it caught a lot of us off guard. So let me know what you guys think. I think that, honestly, and I hate to say this, I wouldn't be surprised to wake up one day and Mike Tyson died. I mean, I don't want to see that happen, but I think that that's kind of the direction we're headed, because he can't seem to get his life under control, and he's like a guy whose brain never fully developed. I mean, it reminds me of Michael Jackson, to be honest with you, and I'm not comparing it in the sense of the molestation thing or anything like that, but in the sense of the brain not developing. Mike Tyson talks like a little kid in his voice, and I'm not saying that to pick on him or anything like that, but he does. And you know, he kind of has that disposition with the lisp and everything, that you don't feel like you're listening to one of the most dominant athletes of all time. You feel like you're listening to someone that you really feel sorry for with Mike Tyson a lot of times. And then there's times where he's laughing and it's like, oh yeah, this is Mike Tyson. This is one of the greatest boxers of all time. But then you see interviews like this, and it reminds you the places this guy's been and the places he apparently is still in and still trying to overcome. So let me know what you guys think about this entire interview with Mike Tyson in general. I'll catch you guys next time.